I'm Adam.
And I'm Cleo.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Hey, Cleo, how do you feel about mice?
About the same as any other animal or person.
And what is that?
I would prefer to just be on my own.
So, you're not a fan?
It's not that I don't like mice. You may not know this, but pandas require a lot of me time.
I get it. In today's book, Mina is a mouse that would like to have a little less time with visitors herself. Let's get started. Mina by Matthew Forsythe. Mina lived in her own little world where nothing ever bothered her, except for one thing. It wasn't her father, who was always bringing home surprises from the outside world. And it wasn't the tin can he found that made his jokes louder. And it wasn't the collection of antique art that he thought would make them rich. And it wasn't even the band of musicians he met in the woods. She barely noticed any of those things. One day her father came home and said, "Mina, come outside. I have a really big surprise for you." And that's when she started to worry. "It's a squirrel," he said. "I don't think that's a squirrel," said Mina. "Of course it is. Squirrels are bigger than mice and have long bushy tails." "I don't know," said Mina. That night, Mina couldn't sleep. "There's nothing to worry about," said her father.
This dad sure seems like a cookie character.
Yeah, he almost seems like a kid with the amount of things that he brings home.
And people that he brings home.
True. I am the kind of guy that's always trying something new, but I've never met random people and invited them to my house.
It's hard not to be a skeptic when people say things like, "There's nothing to worry about."
I would think that when you hear a character say that there's nothing to worry about, that's when the reader starts worrying.
I am so worried right now.
Remember the time I brought home those stick insects and you taught them to read? That was so much fun. "They stole all my books," said Mina. "We got you more books," said her father. "Now go to sleep. Everything will be fine. You'll see." "I don't know," said Mina. But sure enough, everything was fine. For a little while. Until one day, Mina's father said, "He's not eating. Something's wrong. Do you think he's lonely?" "Perhaps," said Mina. "But whatever you do, don't bring home any more surprises." But the next day, he brought home 2 more surprises. But they wouldn't eat either. So Mina's father called the doctor, who came right away. "I'm sure there's nothing to worry about," said the doctor. "But let me take a look at these squirrels." "Oh, I see the problem," said the doctor. "The problem is these squirrels are definitely cats." "Oh no," said Mina's father. "Oh dear," said Mina. And then, all at once...
Hold on a second. The dad has brought people home before.
Yeah, if they let those stick insects stay with them for a long enough time to learn to read, they were there for a bit of time.
And they stole all of Mina's books.
It seems like she would have quite a few because she's always reading.
What happened to that doctor's leg?
It doesn't seem like a good idea for a mouse to get so close to the cat's mouths.
The problem is those cats are bad news for Mina.
The cats chased Mina and her father and the doctor into the woods, and over the pond, and up a tree, when finally Mina said, "Stop! We shared our home with you, our food, our toothpaste, and this is how you repay us? By trying to eat us?" "Yes," said the cats, and they were about to eat the mice when the strangest thing happened. A stick insect walked slowly into the fray, and she licked her finger and opened a book and started reading out loud with a deep, charismatic voice, which is how all stick insects sound. And the cat slowly fell asleep. Quietly, Mina and her father and the doctor stole away. "I told you everything would be fine. whispered Mina's father. And even though she rolled her little eyes, Mina had to admit that, for once, he was right. And to the surprise of nobody at all, the cats tried to eat the mice.
It was a surprise to the mice.
I have to say that I admire the fact that the dad assumed good intentions for everyone.
But it's okay to be cautious, too.
When I started dating my wife, she would get frustrated when I said things like, "It will all work out."
Why would she get upset about that?
Because she's a big proponent of taking life into your own hands and being responsible for your own actions.
Can't you do both?
I think so. When you plan for things, you're able to adapt and change easier. Then when things work out as you planned, it seems like they're all working out.
Or that you are lucky.
If I was lucky, then people would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
Or if you planned for it.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Cleo.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Did you know squirrels can find food buried beneath a foot of snow?
premiumbeef.com.